Hello mask fans, Darren here again with another unboxing video. We got another box from Distortions Unlimited, which is the second one in about a month. I'm really excited about this one. As you can see, what I put out of the collection, we have Distortions Unlimited Resurrection Mask. So this is another one of those Resurrection masks sculpted by Jordu Shell. This is the Salirian. The Salirian, as you know, was another classic Distortions mask made in the early 80s. Was kind of a bluish purple mask with long ears and nice sharp teeth. It's one of the few earlier masks from Distortions Unlimited that actually didn't have sculpted in eyes, which makes this mask a little bit unique. So let's see what Jordu did with his take on this Resurrection series mask, and then we'll talk about the Resurrection series history and how it finally came into fruition, where it started, and all that good stuff. Alright, so this came in 2 days ago, shipped by FedEx. What I found out about FedEx is that you can actually have the packages held at Walgreens for like 5 days, in which for somebody like me who works all freaking day and doesn't get home to about 1900 at night, makes it really nice that you have a convenient place to go and get your package that you have to sign for. So let's see what we got in here. The Salirian was displayed at Mass Fest last year, and you could have ordered your copy there. Jordu had brought the Paint Master, and Ed had it at his booth at Mass Fest, put on by Eric Austin. And this is another phenomenal mask. Salirian is one of those few masks I don't have in the collection. I am working with another collector on obtaining a copy. Possibly see how that goes, but this is Salirian. Oh wow, it's a much bluer color than what was at Mass Fest, and I'll post a picture how that looks at Mass Fest to where we are now. I'm gonna put them on a mask stand, and I'll talk about mask stands in another video and how I make them and the pros and cons of the way I use them. Okay, so here is Salirian. Wow, let's take human error out of the way. Take the look at this one, mask fans. What a great color scheme. Wow, I love the eyes on this mask. I'll have to probably shape them a little bit, but Jordu, being the artist that he is just a phenomenal artist, and he's really good. Wow. So it's probably painted in some W inks, it looks like, with the purple and the blue, and nice pale eyes. Very stylistic of the original, with much more detail in it. But the purple shading that Ed did and Jordu did with the vein work on the side to pronounce those, the shadowing and the wash in the mouth area, the epoxy on the lips and the teeth, as we can see, just a little bit on the nose, and of course an epoxy eyes. Another phenomenal mask I'm happy to add, because I don't have a Salirian in the collection, but I am happy to have this one. Check that out. Wow. And I'll post some pictures at the end of the video of this guy turned 2 different ways, so you can see the front and the side. Okay, so let's talk about the history of the Resurrection line. So the Resurrection line was an idea thought of by Jordu, who approached Ed probably around, I guess, late 90s, very early 2000s. But Jordu had the idea to resurrect some of the classic masks from Distortions' golden era, which was considered the early 1980s. And Jordu wanted to make some phenomenal copies. So the original series, and I'll post a picture of the catalog too, idea was like 10 masks, and these were going to be high quality collector edition masks that were going to have individual acrylic cases that you could display them in. And for whatever reason, I don't think Ed got to the production of them. So what he instead did is that the masks were then made overseas to be released to the mask community, and everybody was excited about that. So when when the masks went out, they were probably about between $50 and $70 for a mask, which is about right for a Twilight series top of the end mask from Distortions Unlimited. However, when collectors started receiving them, they were very disappointed in the quality. All right, so this is one of the production run masks, Human Course, from Distortions Unlimited, copyright 2004. And as you can see, this one was made in China, I think, or Mexico, but ultra thin, just super floppy. Not great paintwork. I mean, it's not bad for mass produced, but I would consider that like a lower generation mask that you would find at Spirit or something that was meant to be tossed after the holiday season. But super flimsy. Not a lot of rubber was used in the molding, so that's why we got it this way. But as you can see, that not much attention was paid to the paint scheme, and for the price point of what the collectors were getting, they were disappointed. So people wrote to Distortions Unlimited expressing their disappointment and displeasure of what they were receiving for the price. So that kind of canned the Resurrection mask for a while being. So that's one of them. Fast forward to Mass Fest in about 2012, I think, you actually started getting better copies, and this is one of those masks. This is Snow Beast, which is one of the phenomenal ones. Super thick, full, detailed hair. So when the collectors got disappointed, Jordu and Ed collaborated together to give the collectors what they were paying for. A little higher price point, but you are getting a mask from Distortions Unlimited, painted by Jordu and Ed in-house at Distortions Unlimited. And the two, I think, the most popular Resurrections so far have been the Snow Beast and the Astronaut. Now, Jordu's Astronaut is just one of those phenomenal pieces that he did, because it kind of went above and beyond what you expect from a mask. The busted air hose, the false glass that is placed in here, and a super detailed skull, and silver paint that is flexible on it, and a dull washout made Astronaut one of the more famous ones. So those are the collector ones that are painted in-house. This is another one I got actually from England. This is another mass run. This one was made in China. You can tell by the tag that it's sewn in. Very common in China mask. And sewn in hair, actually glued in hair. This one isn't bad. A little thicker pull and a much more detailed paint scheme on human error right here. So this one ain't bad, but when you compare it to what was made in-house at Distortions Unlimited, you can see that the in-house ones are much more scary and more detailed. But not bad, not great, not bad, phenomenal. And then you take a China made mask that is a complete rip-off mask. You can see this guy, this is absolutely terrible. I think I paid $4 for him, or $10 on eBay, just to see what it was like. Some shading, but you can tell it's a recast. They did cut it out. Well, it still has a Distortions tag on the back, 2004. But again, just super cheaply made and not worth what you would pay for them. Compared to the originals, Crim right here is just terrible. So that's the history. We went from these that we got in the mass produced, flimsy, not bad, to what Ed and Jordu are giving to us today, which are Salirian, heavy metal. I got the TRX version right here, Astronaut, Snow Beast, and I think that's it for the Resurrection mask I have. So there you have it, Mask fans, the Resurrection series and the newest offering, Salirian from Distortions Unlimited. Hey, happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out there, by the way. Y'all have a great weekend, and God bless.